We're going to spend a good deal of our time, as I said, with this fine young couple who have just arrived. And they are greeting Ken and Bunny Cotton, and Ken is pointing over to the magnificent ski country that comes right down to Highway 50 and the Edelweiss. Over there is the magnificent new double chairlift, the first ever to be constructed on Highway 50. We'll take a ride in it a little bit later on, so hold on to your hats and get set for a real thrill. It's quite an experience to ride this double chairlift high into the snowlands, even though you're not a skier. And I might add that the chairlift is open 12 months of the year, as is the Edelweiss. This is the rotary snowplow that Ken and Bunny Cotton have purchased so that the roads and the routes will be kept clear. There are very few ski resorts in the nation that have their own snowplow. Here are a few of the many cars that drive to the Edelweiss. Everything from buses, a Jeep, and a truck to the most rakish and the fanciest sport cars. I want you to notice the delightful works of art that you'll find. In fact, in the dining room of the Edelweiss, it's something most unusual. It's the work of the Edelweiss ski instructor, Lutz Aynedter. Here you'll see scenes of the Alps in Switzerland, Austria, France, Italy, and Germany. And they're really beautiful. And here is the brand new ski shop of the Edelweiss, and someone who's getting a real nice bargain. Believe me, all of the things you buy at the Edelweiss ski shop are very moderately priced. Everything for the convenience of winter sports fans is available, and I know that you will like all of the merchandise that you're able to purchase at the new Edelweiss ski shop. One of the most important things to skiers is that their skis be properly waxed, and this chore is very ably handled by the professionals at the Edelweiss. And it is, as you will see, a labor of love, because you'll find a bright and cheery camaraderie existing in the snowlands that you'll find nowhere else. And for any of you who haven't all your own equipment and would like to go up into the ski lands on ski faries, the Edelweiss is ideal. You may rent or buy any and every bit of equipment that's needed. Look at all of this. In case you don't have any of your own, you don't need to worry a bit. At the Edelweiss there are plenty of skis, plenty of shoes, plenty of sweaters, plenty of this, plenty of that. Now we're just about ready to go out and flap our wings, or shall we say, stretch our legs and see what's going to happen. We're coming up to the lodge to arrange for our accommodations, and these are the accommodations that you'll find at the Edelweiss. They're very delightful. They're comfortable, they're modern, spick and span, just the sort of accommodations that everyone would want no matter what their walk of life may be. Those look like pretty big shoes for the young lady, but believe me, in the snowland, she'd be sort of lost without them. And what's this? Breakfast in bed, no less, with a flower on the tray. Young lady probably had an exciting evening and remained up rather light, and this is sort of a boon to her. And here is the wonderful kitchen of the Edelweiss with its handy buffet service that's available at all times. Look at this. Bacon and eggs, hot cakes, makes me hungry. Here's our cook. What a wonderful job he does. Now the young man is ready to hurry off and join his friends while Mother and Dad look out on the small slopes a few yards away, which are so ideal for the youngsters. Now here comes the young man. Watch this. It's real great. Steady, man. A perfect one-point landing. Now these are what you might call snow bunnies, or for those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, these are beginners. At this moment, they're not very adept, but you'd be surprised what a few lessons from Lutz Aynedter will accomplish. Now we find a perfect advertisement for a physical culture magazine. Look how healthy and bright and sparkling the faces of these sunburned skiers are. Just another visual reason telling you why the snowlands are so wonderful for you. And here is Lutz Aynedter ringing the bell to call his many pupils. Now Lutz is waiting for someone. Oh yes, he's going to meet our young couple. And he's probably telling them of the many plans that he has in store for them for their Edelweiss ski safari. The activities will be many, they'll be varied, and we're all going to be able to join in on the excitement and the fun and see exactly what is going to happen to them, and we can sort of relive their experiences. Oh, how do you do, madam? This is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Steady. That chap looks like he's going to be a great help. Probably your husband, or perhaps a sort of a sidewalk superintendent, giving out with sage advice. Now we see the snow bunnies again, and they apparently are giving their all in an effort to find a firm footing, or is footing the right word? It is at this particular moment. Oh, well, how do you do again? Must be quite cold down there. Gentleman seems very relaxed, much more so than Our Lady in Distress. I don't know what advice he's giving her, but frankly, it doesn't look very good. All right, now, let's go. 1, 2. No. Let's go back and start all over again from the very beginning. Now I think you're getting it. Oh, is he a big help? Now we're going to make it. We're going to just a little bit farther. That's the girl, by golly. That's it. Wonderful. You've got to give her a big E for effort. Yes, sir. And a big C for courage, too. She's not only up, but she's putting her skis on again. Bravo. Oh, this is a rope tow, which is very effective for the neophyte snow bunny and will help him over many and many a rough spot. Hold it, young. Wait. You should go forward, not backward. I think it'll be a very good time to impress upon non-skiers that the most important thing is to obtain instruction before venturing out on your own. And I would like to add that Lutz Aynedter is one of the very best teachers, and the charges for his instruction at the Edelweiss are extremely moderate, and some of these youngsters could use it. But it's amazing when you see these kids for the first time. You say, they'll never learn to ski, never. Then you see them the second time, and maybe there's some hope. And before you know it, well, they're the greatest. The last one was not what you might call the greatest, but when at first you don't succeed, you get up and repeat that old cliche, try again. And now, Lutz Aynedter is mapping out the final details, and in a matter of moments, our young couple will get ready to ride skyward to the top of the Edelweiss slopes, where the skiing is great, the view is beautiful, and it's just unbelievably magnificent. And this was once a turbulent, roaring river, the American River, muted and frozen over for the winter, and in the spring it'll become a white-capped, fish-filled Nimrod's paradise. And now here come our young couple, all set with their skis and ready to go up to that double chairlift and go up into the skies. Meanwhile, Lutz has gone over to his class to attend to all of his pupils as personally as he can. And now he is showing the proper position of the knees. These are the first lessons as they are explained to the snow bunnies. The simplest, the easiest, the most important of skiing fundamentals. Now we're going to see how to master the kick turn. This looks rather easy, doesn't it? But it isn't quite as easy as it looks. Now notice how he keeps those knees forward. Well done. Now we're back again with our young couple who are heading for an exciting ride on the new double chairlift, which was just built last year at the Edelweiss. It's one of the most thrilling and exciting experiences to ride high into the majestic snowlands and look out over the white-capped Sierra. The double chairlift toward which our young pair is headed is just a couple of 100 yards from the Edelweiss Lodge. Everything is so handy. And incidentally, it's open all year round, and it affords a sightseeing thrill not only in the winter time, but in the summer and the fall and the spring as well. One of the most interesting features of skiers is their adherence to a very wonderful organization, the Ski Patrol. To all of you who have never skied, the Ski Patrol is not a very familiar name. But to the people who have skied, the realization of the fine work the Ski Patrol has done for the promotion of safety and the enhancement of ski popularity throughout the nation is brought home to them almost every day during the skiing season. And now comes a very important chore, and that is the business of fastening your skis. And you'll notice the safety binders. Now with a handshake, they're ready to go. waiting for the chairlift, which will carry them up to the exciting ride to the top of the slopes. That sign which says raise your tips has nothing to do with gratuities. If you don't raise your tips, you'll land on your face. The tips of your skis, that is. The shadows of our young people on the ski lift may sometime be seen in back of us. And now they're riding higher and higher into the sky. And I want you to notice some of the more accomplished skiers as you see them coming down from the smooth, swift, and exciting upper slopes. It's a sight to take your breath away, isn't it? Almost unbelievable to think of a winter funland just a few short hours from San Francisco. Wonderful skiing, beautiful mountain scenery, perfect snowlands, well, just everything. Now we're reaching that top, and we'll be all set to go off the highest point, which we have now come to on our exciting journey in the double chairlift. This is Lutz Aynedter, ready to give an exhibition of his skill, which has won him many European championships. And if you watch Lutz, you'll notice the skis and the man are as one. This is a parallel Christie that's shown in slow motion. Here is the proper knee position, the correct position of the feet, the swing of the shoulders. He skids the heels of the skis in a smooth, perfect powder snow Christie. Well, that's how it should be done. Now we see Lutz and his fellow instructor, Bob Potts. You know, watching pictures is an excellent way to learn to ski. As Lutz and Bob come to the end of their run, they'll return to the lodge, take a brief rest, and start all over again. They look back up there and say, did we come all the way down? Oh, let's take a look at some happy youngsters in the uniform of the Edelweiss Championship ski team, the Red Hornets. They're running through the exciting and difficult slalom courses. These kids show the typical skiing that's brought families from all over the West to the Edelweiss. You know, it's literally a children's paradise. That's what it is. Oh, now we see skiers getting ready for a thrilling cross-country tour. They're packing their sandwiches and Cokes, because come what may, man must eat and man must drink, even if it's only Cokes. Now they're gathered at the top of the steps in front of the Edelweiss Lodge. I imagine many of you are thinking, where are they going? Where does this tour begin? Where does this tour end? Well, they will not have to leave the Edelweiss area to enjoy this wonderful experience. However, I might warn you ahead of time that cross-country skiing is designed for advanced skiers only, because the terrain is steep, exciting, sometimes a little bit rough, but at all times thrilling. They're going to take a tour across Lover's Leap Run, which is one of the most extraordinary tour areas in all of the western snowlands. Once again, we are on the chairlift heading toward those upper reaches. Now we're getting to the top. And one after the other, they'll be coming off the top level and getting ready for their tour. Lover's Leap Run is open only, by the way, to advanced skiers, as you will notice by the sign on your left. And now they're moving on to their course, and in the background is beautiful Pyramid Peak that reaches 10,000 magnificent feet into the sky. One of the nicest things about taking the cross-country tour from the Edelweiss is the fact that by taking the lift up in the beginning, almost the entire distance is then downhill, which of course affords the greatest thrills and the least amount of back-breaking effort. And so they are going on to Lover's Leap Run. You know, despite the fact that our skiers are thoroughly experienced, they may still find the going a bit rough in spots. That's only natural, because that is true of any skiing terrain. No matter how light it may be, you still may find things a little bit difficult. Hold it like this. But everything is all set. The early part of the tour involves a bit of climbing, but after that it'll be away to the races and down those north slopes of this great skiing area. I want you to notice there are not many trees here, because Ken and Bunny Cotton have done a fabulous job of clearing this area to allow not only the most exciting, but the safest skiing in the Sierra. This is magnificent spring snow, crystal and clear, with bright, white, unmarked, open runs. Oh, steady, steady, girls, steady. Well, certainly deep enough so that everything you have is cushioned, both steep and deep. Just about every type of terrain is covered. They're traveling over the old highway now. They're following the old Highway 50, a most historic roadway, not only in the history of California, but of our nation. It was over this road that the Pony Express came in its run from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento. It was over this highway that the gold from the American River and the Comstock lode flooded to San Francisco to build the Western Empire. And now, if ever you want a picture of what skiing does for a person's complexion and well-being, all you have to do is look at the faces of this happy, healthy group as they've reached the Lover's Leap area once again. Here we are once more with the very talented youngsters who are members of the Red Hornets. And these kids are really tremendous, as you'll soon see. They're all going to be set to show us exactly what they can do, and I know you're going to enjoy every second of it, because some of the things that they do are just wonderful. You'll be amazed to know that within a period of a very short time, in fact less than a full season, a youngster who's never been on skis, kids of 7, 8, 9, 10 years of age, become expert trophy-winning members of the championship Red Hornet team. They're going up on the chairlift, and you're going to get a real surprise, because these youngsters are out of this world. Boy, I wish I had a chance to get the early start that they have. I'd probably have a broken neck by now, but gee, I'd certainly have a lot of fun. And now the fellow with the Indian feathers is leading the way in a straight downhill run. Well done, kids. Thanks a million. And they caught the youngster with the feather in his cap, and they're all together, and we've reached the point where we'll thrill to the ski races. Now we're going to see a slalom race. For the benefit of those of you who are unfamiliar with the terms of skiing, slalom designates the type of competition where you go between various poles set at stipulated intervals on a course that is especially laid out. This is the finish line. And this is the Silver Ski Championship, sponsored by the well-known newspaper, the Sacramento Bee. And to win this event is one of the most coveted honors in Western skiing. Here are our youngsters ready once again to go into competition, their slalom competition. He's on his mark, he's set, and away he goes. And he seems very well to be on his way to a trophy of some sort as he skis with great ease. And here's another one. Well, forgive me, I hope I didn't jinx him. He'll be up on his feet, good as new, in another few seconds. Now, that looks like a potential winner. Yes, sirree. And this does not look like a potential winner. Now we find the officials checking their watches, comparing them for accurate timing. They're standing there at the straight run for the finish line. And here comes a very, very speedy skier and the winner. Now you watch her flash across the finish line and put on the brakes, and you'd never guess by the expression on her face that she just won a very important event. Frankly, she doesn't know it yet. Now here are the trophies being handed out by Lutz to the victorious skiers in various divisions. You see, there are all sorts of competition for all sorts of skiers of all ages and of all skills, which is wonderful for the beginners, for the medium advanced, and for the far advanced. And now, once again, we are back with our young people and the group and Lutz, who, by the way, are nearing the end of their delightful Edelweiss Ski Resort. And now we are going to move swiftly and smoothly down the broad, white, powdery slopes to the Edelweiss Lodge. Below us, we see the thin thread of road that is Highway 50. But as we draw closer, we find it isn't thin. It's broad and smooth and beautifully paved. The road to the winter wonderland of the High Sierra. The road to the Edelweiss, where 12 months of the year you'll find great sport, great fun, and a wondrous time for everyone. And now our young couple looks back into the high slopes, and admiringly so and happily, and thinking of the wonderful day they have had, the wonderful adventure, and the wonderful time they have had at the Edelweiss. Now it is evening, and the bright glow of the crackling fire brings an air of comfort and relaxation after a very exciting day in the land of snow. The day is ended, our ski safari is over, but all of us will want to return again and again to the beautiful place that is the Edelweiss.